Okay.
Oh, wow. We can talk now. We just did some really tricky audio testing and had to be quiet for like 30 seconds. It was really hard. But everybody, hello! Welcome to this live stream. We haven't played an actual game with you in about a month, right?
Wow, really? Yeah, it feels like it's
pretty
been
crazy.
a while for sure.
I think my notes say the 26th, of last month, so it's been a bit. But we're all super ready and happy, and we've been doing some big stuff. So now we can finally announce for you all, if you haven't heard yet, that Venture Maidens is one of the 10 podcasts as part of the Podcasts of Annihilation for Wizards of the Coast.
Oh yeah!
I know. So we're like all fancy now and shit. We're super, super excited about that. So we have all been recording. I'm sure you've all seen on social media. We've been recording with other podcasts, doing like cross episodes, like DM only episodes, and basically playing with content that's going to be coming out in the Tomb of Annihilation book, which is launching, I think, September 19th? 19th everywhere, I think the 12th just in game stores. So yeah, we are over the moon about it. And in the last few days, we've gotten so many followers, support, ratings. Like, you all have come out in a huge way, and we are so proud and grateful. And Brittany and I also did something a little bit crazy. You want to talk about it, Britt?
Well, Celeste and I both went to Gen Con 50 this year, and it was really a really wonderful experience. It was made possible. We got some really sweet Game Master passes through our network, Don't Split the Podcast network. So it was really wonderful to meet people that we've previously only known through Skype or Google Hangouts. We got to meet some of our Twitter followers, and it was a really fucking awesome time. Indianapolis was a great city. I'm really looking forward to going back to Gen Con next year.
Everyone there is so nice. Every single person we met was the nicest human being, and every day it just kept getting nicer. We're like, what do you...
Speaking of people I got to meet, Celeste has never seen me this nervous in my life, except like when I was asking for an apprenticeship at different tattoo shops in San Francisco. I got to meet Matt Young, who everyone knows and loves as Usador the Blue. I was just in rare form of...
From the You Meet in a Tavern.
No. Hello from the Magic Tavern.
I'm sorry.
And
Other tavern.
I was just so stoked, and he was super, super nice. I caught him in the middle of a game, so I just like had to wait. I waited for like 30 minutes, just like total creep status, like smiling like behind his shoulder.
Yeah. This is right
the
when
heavy
we met.
breathing like that.
Yeah. This was right when we met Ted, who runs Nerd Immersion, who is Nerd Immersion too. So he had just met up with us, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna play some games, and Brittany's panting and like sulking in a corner, staring at this table
Smiling
of gamers,
awkwardly.
and we're
No,
like,
Ted was awesome. Like we had just met him. It's like 30 seconds, and he's like, hold on, let me go check this out real quick, and then I see his hand like pop up from the crowd and like motion me forward, and he was super nice and super sweet and like helped clear a path for me. And then
you still didn't take it.
I mean,
though.
I just stood. I just got closer, and so I looked at him and I'm like, listen, I need to chill for a minute. I'll meet you guys later. And then afterward, I skipped my ass down the street to the local brewery and showed everyone my picture.
It was marvelous. It was a marvelous time. But yeah, thank you everyone.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, to everyone we met there, and I can't wait for all of the maidens to come next year.
Next year we'll have our own panel.
Yeah.
Fingers are crossed.
I think we could do that. I'm actually considering getting a vendor pass, and maybe I'll tattoo out there. I was talking real talk actually. I was talking to my...
Were there people doing that there? Were there tattoo artists at the con?
So I think this is actually a thing I might truly pursue. I was talking with my boss / co-worker, owner of Electric Tiger, and he's actually down to come out and tattoo. So
nice.
Let's tattoo nerds.
Well, each other. Let's fellow
Unless
nerds.
me just get
So yeah, that might be that. I will keep everyone posted on the works for that. We've got a whole year to plan. So anyway, that's all for me.
And before we jump in, I also wanted to give some news that we have a P.O. box now, guys.
Yeah.
We do.
So, yeah, I know some of you wanted to reach out that way, and so we did it. And you can, if you want to talk to us, we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
So
send pictures of your pets.
Yeah.
Yes, we're into that.
Whatever
you want.
And so anyway,
your pets cosplaying as our characters.
Well, that's pretty specific. But we would die.
That'd be so cute.
That would be our Twitter banner forever. So, I mean, if you want that.
All right, let me give you the P.O. box.
Give us the numbers.
It's P.O. Box 2757, North Hills, California, zip code 91393. P.O. Box 2757, North Hills, California, 91393. Yay!
Yes, and we will post that too on our website. So you guys can always reach out, look for it. Please send us things. We'll send you things back.
No dick pics, though.
No, wait,
Tasteful
you can't send them.
pictures.
Hey, if somebody
Tasteful bulge
if somebody
No.
Tasteful bulge is acceptable.
No.
I'm totally kidding.
If somebody honest to God mailed us a dick pic, I would just for the sheer
here's the rules. Wait.
mailing it, going to the post up, putting it in an envelope, getting a stamp to do that, and sending it, that's at least some street cred for wow. That was a really interesting way. That was old fashioned. That's an old fashioned gentleman.
Ye old dick pic.
Ooh, ye old dick pic.
Oh man.
Yes, we have no
Don't
life.
get your hopes up, okay? 3 out of the 4 of us are in relationships.
How about cute butt pictures?
Cute butt pictures.
Listen.
So
Nasim's moving on.
Oh yeah.
I think you're forgetting I'm the one who has to deal with these. So
yeah, you're the one who's to open the
Touche.
I'd rather not see the butts and the dicks. So do me a
Boo.
favor.
All right. Okay. Any other news? Any other news we want to share? We had a lot of news. No, I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready for the official?
Oh, I have one more thing.
Okay.
Can y'all
go for it?
I'm gonna be mildly aggressive here. Can y'all buy some fucking prints? Can you please buy some motherfucking prints? I posted these to my Big Cartel page, and I think they're sweet, and I get a lot of really positive feedback. So fucking buy them. Buy one. Hang it on your wall. Okay, I'm done.
Buy it.
It's cheap.
And we are in the process of designing some shirts and making those. So those will also be going up on our website. I know we've gotten some really awesome requests. I'll probably be running Twitter polls in the next few days, what kind of shirts you want to see, whether it's going to be logos or whether it's going to be Kara saying funny shit on the t-shirt. Somebody had an idea for interns of the Sisters of Sorrow, which is a really cool shirt. But anyway, okay, I think we're ready. Well, welcome everyone officially to episode 23 of the Venture Maidens podcast. I am your dungeon master, Celeste Conowitch.
I am your elven warlock, Arnadel Ithil, played by Brittany.
I'm your human monk, Sayanor, played by Nasim.
And I will be Carvin Hilda, aka Sage.
Yes, welcome everybody. All right, so we haven't played in a bit, so thinking back to the old memory banks. What happened last episode?
A lot.
Of Venture Maidens.
Oh man, we awoke.
You got booped?
Yeah, after being teleported, and we were like, shit, we're on. Kara was in some crazy jungle hacking her way through the dense foliage.
Mm-hmm.
Nasim woke up in a hut.
I woke up in a hut with this bat lady, who was helping me.
Do you remember what they were called?
No, I don't.
The furbolgs.
The furbolgs.
Oh,
Who
okay.
are
So they're-
pleasant, nice druid people.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
they're
were like the old ancients of druid magic, I guess. And she was very sweet, and she was helping me come to. And Brittany.
She saved your life, dude. She gave you
Yeah, you're like
CPR,
puking up
pumped
a
your
lot
stomach.
of water.
Yeah. Yeah. And I woke up in her little village thing, and she seemed very distressed. And seemed like she needed help with people or creatures attacking her town.
Yeah, you guys played some sick Pictionary, which we did successfully in an audio format, which I was really impressed by.
Seriously.
By the way, I was
At least
listening
I
back to
hope
that
it was
audio like,
successful.
yeah, this could have been a disaster, but it actually went pretty well. And then Brittany, where were you?
I was on a beach, a sandbar, more accurately. I got to see some creepy ass like shipwreck off in the distance. I can't remember if I investigated that or if I went to. Yeah, I did investigate it.
You
And
did.
I saw a bunch of black and red decorative aesthetics that.
Very Garrett.
Yes, those are very high contrast color schemes. And I think Alistar got freaked out, so I was like, all right, let's go towards this forest. I don't remember.
You actually heard a bunch of screaming
That's right.
from some creatures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. So it was a hard time tromping through that jungle, and I was like I was like, it's too hot for this heavy plate, even though it's mithril chainmail. Still hot, so humid, hair so big, couldn't fit in the helmet.
Huge.
Took off her armor, and then this fucking baboon decided to be this stupid cheeky monkey. It was like, I'm gonna take your grief. And I'm like, got really mad, and then ended up killing like 6 baboons in like 30 seconds.
My sister, who is a vegan, was watching that episode in
She
particular.
was horrified.
She texted me. She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's D&D." That was a rough time. But anyway, you all eventually met up.
After we
Where?
received a little bird messenger from
Yeah.
the Furbolg friend,
Yeah.
and we all rendezvoused at the village.
Salye had made friends with the entire village at that point.
Yeah. The little bird people guided you back to me. And then, did someone end up speaking their
Yes.
language?
Yes,
Brittany
speak-
does.
they spoke
Yeah.
Elvish.
Well, a slightly different dialect, but we were able to communicate,
An old form.
which is super
Yeah.
cool.
And you all learned of their plight, which was
That there was like this evil, dark, necromantic magic that was taking over like another encampment of Furbolgs.
That's right. They hadn't heard back from the people on the other side of the island in a while that they interacted with a lot. So they were worried that there was some dark magic going on over there. So we said we would go investigate, and we did. And we saw
and
like. Go ahead.
oh yeah, Arnadel and Kara had a nice little heart-to-heart where while we were waiting, while Saye was down investigating, trying to scout out a little bit, and we were having our short rest, and Kara's like, oh, the reason why I hate magic so much is because my clan was almost decimated, and I almost had to marry this dark necromancer, and that's why magic sucks, and I'm never going to trust like another magic user pretty much ever again, because zombies are bad.
What do you mean? They're great. They're your huggy death
I
friends.
think I talked to you about like, oh, but
They're there for you forever.
I think I tried to convince you though. I was like, I do magic and I help you, and you have a cool magical helmet.
You're like, and Arnie was like, I'll teach you magic, and then you won't be so scared of it. Gar's like, that's nice.
Nah,
dude.
But then, while you were talking, what did you eventually find? You reached the other settlement. You had walked along the beach.
Some fucking undead creepy crawlies.
Mm-hmm.
Undead, the bad people, the
Furbolg.
Them, we saw undead versions of them. They were going down into like a cavern kind of thing, and your pseudo dragon went down in to scout, and you saw there was some necromancer or mage of some kind, like, that seemed to be controlling all the people. He had 2 guards around him.
Yeah, there was an altar, and it was like some kind of like dark ritual that was going on, it seemed like.
Yeah, and you had caught a quick glimpse of that, and then climbed on top of the cave to like kind of powwow and take a closer look. So last time, all 3 had met on top of this cavern, and Arnadel had decided to...
Sorry, I'm fixing some stuff on here. I apologize. What did I do?
So
did you misty step down there?
Dimension door.
Dimension door, wasn't it?
Dimension door.
Yeah. So you grabbed Sawye and used Dimension Door, and then popped down right behind where the necromancer was, leaving Kara and Patrick.
Yes, Alistar.
Yeah. Leaving Alistar. We're just gonna call him
That's
all
fine.
the different
That's
names.
why I let you guys each pick your own. You can call him whatever you want, as long as it's one of them.
It's Patrick. So Kara and Alistar are currently on top of this cavern. And then the 2 of you had bamfed inside with Dimension Door. Sawye had gotten right up behind the necromancer and stabbed him in the back. And with a burst of surprise, had turned around, was like super pissed. Then Arnadel had come in with her surprise attack. Right then he had thrown up a blue kind of arcane shield around himself. So he looks like he's gonna survive for this fight.
Oh no, he ain't.
Well, and in the midst of all of that, you had begun to hear a squelching, squirming sound coming from the center of the room, and you had seen all of these zombies, which had been kind of congregated in this ring. And then above them, this mass of flesh and matter had risen up to float above the ground, forming this large shape. Brittany, could you throw up our situation?
Yes. Thank you.
And as you looked upon this thing, you had seen this ghastly-looking creature with this huge blinking eye covered in this filmy gray in the center of it, and these eye stalks had unfurled from its squelching head to hang kind of limply in an undead fashion around you.
Ugh,
yeah.
so gross.
And that's where we're beginning. In the middle of a big old situation. All right, so yes.
Had we done initiative already?
We have not, and we are about to right now.
Yeah.
Everybody roll initiative.
12.
Modified 20.
I got a.
The zombies got a 2. I'm so fucking surprised.
I got a 14.
Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, rolling. Okay. And then...
Alright, just for clarification's sake, is the N on the map the necromancer?
Indeed, yes. And
cool.
Sage, what did you get? I missed it.
An unnatural 20.
Wow!
A zombie 20, if you will.
Wait, are you seeing this map through Twitch? Is that what you're looking at?
Oh, I'm sorry. We emailed the map. Hey, everybody. You should be seeing the map right now. If you are listening to the podcast, we have a map but we're going to post it on all our social media, though we all promise, Girl Scout promise, Boy Scout promise, that we will not be annoying about it on our audio. And it'll be like, there's no maps at all. Yes.
Scout's honor.
Good. Okay.
I never remember how many fingers.
Yeah, 3 is the Girl Scout, 2 is the Boy, whatever. That cool thing they do in anime with 2 fingers. That's the Boy Scout salute also. Okay. All right, then we're going to be starting things off with Kara, who has no idea what's happening, on top of this place.
Well,
cool. So you've been hanging out for about, I don't know, like a minute. Haven't heard much going on.
I'm feeling uneasy. And she feels like she's missing out on the action. So is the only way down into the cave, like, from the top down, or is there, like, another entrance, like, from, like, the beach side?
Yeah, so right now, you all had decided to station yourself on top of, so the entrance to this cavern, it's like a tunnel that goes into the side of the earth. So you all were on top of this.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
To enter it, you're going to have to climb down the hill, which slopes towards the village, which is where the entrance was. So you're going to have to climb down this hill and then turn into this tunnel and then walk down the tunnel to see what's going on, and you're going to have to pass through the village on the way.
Can I just jump down?
If you want to jump down, it would be the mouth of the cavern is going to be like a 30 by 30 kind of thing. So you'd be jumping down off of this rock kind of cliff, 30 feet, landing on a paved, packed earth road. And you do see, actually make a perception. Are you checking out the edge?
Yes, actually,
Go ahead.
I will do that.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Oh, natural 20.
Wow, okay. So you're looking now, because when you had approached the village before, you had seen a few of these kind of zombie forms lurking around, like these loose patrols around the village. Right now it's really dark, but it doesn't matter for you. The tropical, like, heat, it's hard to see. There's mist in the air and everything. But looking down, you see there are probably about, if you were to drop right here, maybe about 5 zombies exactly that would see you from the outside edges. And as you kind of focus, like, eagle eye in on them with your natural 20, it seems like all of a sudden they stop what they're doing. And it's almost like when dogs smell the air, when trouble is coming, it's they all sort of freeze and look up and inhale. And you're not sure what conjured that, but all of them have stopped to do that.
All right. Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to rage. And then she's going to jump in.
Falling never stopped you.
I love this
And
thing.
she's going to...
I know.
She's going to whisper, Alistair, you better come with me, little buddy.
Alistair's like, yeah. It's kind of on
get
your
on
back.
my shoulder or something. I don't know. Do the weird tail curl wrappy thing you do.
Yeah, he's crawling, like, at the back of your neck. Both of his little feet are going back and forth, and the nails are digging in and then unleashing and digging in. And he's turning around, because he's pretty heavy. He's like a fat cat size, so call it like 18 to 20 pounds. Like a big-ass cat. So he latches on. And you can't feel it. The minute you rage, you're just out of there. And Kara bounces down.
I feel like you're like dong 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 like through the tunnel.
I love this because you have fallen from greater heights and it just doesn't affect you. Okay.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
why I felt you're
So
probably super confident about that because you did double
You know,
that.
I've got 85 HP.
I've dropped further. All right. So you are going to take 15 falling damage as you just boop and land at the bottom.
All right.
So I rolled pretty high, but it's bludgeoning, so you have it with your rage. So ridiculous. We've discovered the hack, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed. Aside from being a monk who has, like, monk falling abilities.
Yeah.
And your escalator rope.
That's how a barbarian As feather fall.
Yeah. So as you
yeah.
fall and your armor impacts with the ground, you make a huge amount of clanking noise as you just land face plant like down there, and you kind of like get up and you don't even care. Everything is a red haze to you, and you see forms begin to drift towards you from the village, moving in these slow, kind of cautious forms, stepping towards you
Nice.
1 foot at a
She
time.
pulls out her axe and is ready to go. That's probably my turn.
Yes, that is the end of your turn. Throwing yourself, falling, squaring off, you're good. And then we're going to jump to Arnadel. So, Sawyer's dagger or short sword or whatever you used has now been pulled out of the back of this gentleman. You had seen this blue kind of shield raise up over him. You see the form of this horrifying creature in the middle of the room, and then a bunch of these zombies just surrounding it. What are you gonna do?
I am going to cast Agonizing Blast at the Necromancer.
You can also feel free to make a knowledge check if you want to see what this thing is.
Oh, yes, that's actually Arnadel.
I'm sorry, not a knowledge check in nature.
Nature?
Or an arcana.
Stupid headphone.
That's going to be an 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
No idea. It's clearly undead, and scary as hell, but you just can't see. Oh, we did forget to go over our level 7 stuff.
I was just thinking about that, and I was like, oh, we can
Dang
do that
it.
during the break.
Yeah, we'll do that during the break. Sorry, everyone. I meant to go over our level 7 stuff, but then I got really excited about this fight, and I got distracted.
So, being like, more fucking awful undead, I'm going to cast Agonizing Blast at the Necromancer, because I feel like that dude might... Arnadel gets a feeling that dude might be, help aiding the monster.
Well, you do recognize this is necromancy, and you do know someone needs to do that, or some kind of giant spell effect, so you don't feel too uncomfortable making that assumption.
Okay. I mean, if you blow something up, no matter how undead it is, it's gonna be real hard for it to do anything. Right?
That's a sound philosophy.
I also only have one spell slot left, so... Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to use my Wand of Polymorph.
Interesting.
I never get to use that.
I love it. I love it.
It's not that you never get to use it, it's just that you forget.
I never get to use it because I forget that it's in my bag of holding.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
I don't have the DMG on me.
Okay.
Sorry. I know it's got 7 charges.
It'll be fine.
And you got it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
I used to have the page number written down in my book, on my character sheet, but after I leveled up, I forgot to do that.
Oh, they have a separate wand section, don't they?
I think it's 2. It's in the 2s.
What? Oh, here we go. Wand of Polymorph. This wand has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges to cast the Polymorph spell, DC 15 from it. So, do you have the PHB?
Yes.
We have to figure out, what CR creature you can turn into.
Oh, right on. Because I want to... So, if the wand's spell save DC... Even if mine is higher, it doesn't matter.
Correct.
Aww. Okay. I guess, well, whatever. It's fucking wand. Sweet. What am I looking up in the PHB?
The polymorph spell. Because you're telling me what kind of save I have to make.
Right on.
If she's just turning in... Oh, wait. Who are you? Are you turning yourself into one or the necromancer?
The necromancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you should just turn into a bear.
Just be a bear.
I'm fine with you.
Just turn into a fucking bear. That's the obvious solution.
That would obviously end this problem.
A fucking bear. Of all creatures, that one is it.
Just call a yogi.
So This spell
done.
transforms a creature that I can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect.
Wisdom.
The spell has no
Alright.
effect on a shape changer or a creature with 0 hit points. It lasts for up to 1 hour.
Oh my god, what?
I wish you guys could see this natural fucking one I just rolled for my necromancer. This was ridiculous.
It's Cerebus all
Why?
over again. Turn him into a kitten.
All right, first roll of the night, Celeste, natural one. Necromancer is a what?
Okay, all right. Do we have
Or a rabbit, so we can pull him out of
do
a
we
hat.
have a second for somebody in our chat to say?
Yeah. Okay, chat. What do
Live
we want to
streamers.
turn it?
So we have giant rabbit, tiny bear, or a rabbit-sized bear.
That's so cute.
Y'all-
Oh my god, a rabbit-sized bear.
Y'all are really
I
creative.
think I'm gonna turn it into a jellyfish.
Whoa.
Sorry, I don't want anything.
Where did that come
I don't want
from?
anything with teeth or claws. I'm sorry, chat.
So you want
responders.
something
A
that
non-
stings you?
A non-lethal jellyfish, then.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. It's not like we have to worry about stepping in it. Like, it's a tiny jellyfish,
Oh,
and
man.
we all have shoes
We have to
on.
touch it.
A jellyfish.
We all have shoes on.
We all have shoes
Carl
on.
will
Okay.
pee on your sting wound.
All right, so this is so dumb. He has such a good save. Like I just hate
Do
this
not-
so much.
Celeste, in the future,
No.
don't give me polymorph stuff.
I just
I know, it always
girl,
goes wrong.
I can't never give you all treasure.
That's true. I did
Okay,
wrangle it
so
from
my
that
natural one.
witch's hands.
my horrible natural one. All right, so the necromancer just has one moment to look at you and just abject horror as this happens, and then like his face kind of like shimmers and the skin begins to shake and his body just diminishes and becomes translucent until you have just this little puddly pile of goo on the ground, and it's kind of like wrapping its tentacles like up in the
I
air.
don't think it can even do that. I just laugh loudly. I'm like, ha!
Okay, I'm gonna get another mimosa.
I'm sorry.
There
Celeste
goes
is upset.
I'm sorry, but not.
No, I'm not. I just like mimosas. How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Okay, bye.
Wait, I'm not
Okay,
sorry.
bye.
Oh.
everyone on the chat is really upset that you picked jellyfish.
Yeah, you asked for their suggestion, and you're like, you know what? Jellyfish.
You know what? Fuck you all.
I have that prerogative, but also I'm not gonna. So a giant rabbit would definitely be something worth battling, as well as a tiny bear. Even though there's a tiny bear,
A tiny bear would just be so
it would
cute.
bite
I just
though.
wanna-
It
would
would be
still-
the best. Kara, that would be the one thing that Kara would love and not stop loving until the next hour when he turned back.
Oh my god. Oh right. I mean, at least with a jellyfish, it can't move. It just can't move. It can't run away. It can't live another day.
Will it die being
It
outside
probably,
of water?
Yeah.
yeah, I was about to say, it probably can't breathe.
Yeah, they jellyfish are totally. Haven't you ever seen them washed up on the beach? It's like really sad.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just
Yeah.
literal puddles.
yeah.
It's really
I'm about
sad.
to step on it too. I'm about to step.
I'm
on
actually
it.
going to look up how long a jellyfish could survive outside of water.
I don't think for very long.
Okay, Bubba girl.
Well,
can
they're
you read,
magic.
can you read to me again the conditions of that spell once it is
I
affected?
just closed.
Lasts for 1 hour or something.
Let's see.
Oh, do you have to open books a lot? I'm so sad.
No, I love opening books. I just don't have very much room on my desk because this massive computer takes up a lot of room. It's actually just.
Oh, my math computer.
My massive
I got the
computer is
smaller
just
one
so
too.
big.
I got the 21 inch, not the 27.
That doesn't sound that small. Small is like 15.
Well, I mean, for the desktops, sorry, I forgot my alphabet. LMNOP QRS. Sorry.
I was
there we
like-
go.
It happens to me all the time.
Okay, there it is. Oh, so don't. All right. So what happens is the transformation lasts for the duration, or until the object drops to 0 HP or dies. The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's. Its game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality.
It's the most
This
vile,
is some chaotic, evil,
vengeful
fucking jellyfish
That's
shit.
funny.
I just looked up how long a jellyfish can survive outside of water, and it's 48 minutes.
Wow.
Holy shit!
You
It's
just looked
almost,
that up?
it's almost an hour.
I am very thoroughly
really
surprised by
powerful.
that. Like, that is not. I was thinking 48 seconds.
It's a long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, that's a long time.
So it cannot, in its new form, it cannot speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech. So that fucking caster has been silenced. The target's gear melds into its new form. The creature cannot activate, use, or wield, or otherwise benefit from any of its equipment. So as long as excess damage doesn't reduce the creature's normal form to 0 hit points, it isn't knocked unconscious.
Okay. I love it.
This is great.
Sorry. I'll be right back.
Aww.
Why?
Booze.
Thank you.
It's very
I'll
sweet.
be right back. Continue.
I'm really
Okay.
stoked. I'm sorry. I think this is hilarious that our
Well, it's your turn. Oh, damn it. It was her turn. This is terrible. But that's okay. I don't feel too bad because the CR rating for this fight was pretty skewed. So it'll be good.
Did I just equalize it a little bit?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know what a CR is. Just the DM. Just trying to tell a story.
Ugh, Lucy is really. My dog is absolutely insisting that she sits on my lap. And her little. It's like really warm. She's such a little heater. So I'm just like, you know, when you drink, you kind of heat up a little bit. I'm like kind of shiny right now.
Yeah.
And she's making it worse, but I don't have the heart to be like, go get on the. Like, get off of me.
Get
oh
on the
man,
bed.
I have a fleece blanket on my lap right now.
I have a little fur baby. She's.
I know, it's so hot here. That's why I'm drinking mimosas, because rosés weren't white girl enough. So just got to get some avocado toast and I'm set.
Woo!
For some reason,
Yeah.
my brain pictured an apricot, and I'm like, apricot toast?
That would also be delicious.
Apricot jelly toast.
Yeah.
Ooh, little cream cheese.
I love apricot jelly.
All right, Nassim, it's your fucking turn.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure my Audacity is running because I knocked the shit out of my mic just there. Okay, good. We're good.
Yay! So it's your turn.
Oh,
Left, right in time for your turn.
great. I'm so happy.
Queen of the night. Queen of the night.
So we still have that giant googly monster.
There is
right?
a giant googly monster in the center of the room, and it looks like 15 zombies.
Just like, envision this like a sock, or like a sock with like googly eyes doing this.
Wait, okay, so let's explain something to me right now. This key empowered strikes.
Yes.
It says that with my unarmed strikes, they count
Uh-huh.
as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So does that mean to a person I'm attacking or for me?
To a person you're attacking. So if some creatures you attack will specifically say they are immune to physical weapons, or they are immune to magical weapons,
Mhm.
basically whichever way your fists will penetrate that, so they will not get the resistance on their
Okay.
end. So it's nothing you have to worry about. I'll let you know if a foe is resistant, and then you get to overcome that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So your fists can be considered either magical or non-magical, whatever.
I see. Awesome. All right. Well, then since we still got this thing, I want to charge it.
You want to charge
my...
Google Monster?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to attempt
Yeah, so right in front of you right now, there's a pretty big altar. So you guys are on the north side. If you take a look at your map, you're on the north side of this altar. So you will, if you were to run in a straight line, there's jellyfish in your
So
way,
we're in the-
and then there's an altar
Don't
that's
slip
about
on it.
there's about 3 feet extending, and then so you'd have to jump over the altar, and then the closest zombie would be 10 feet beyond that, and then if you got past that zombie would be this creature.
All right then. First zombie. I want to do a running leap, like squat jump onto the altar,
Nice.
and then leap off. It's 10 feet, so I'll just run towards him the rest of the way.
Are you
And,
stepping on the jellyfish?
If I can avoid the jellyfish, I would like to.
Okay, you can. I was just looking for a loophole out.
Yeah, we don't want to drop that thing to 0 HP. It needs to stay as it is.
How dare you?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you should jump.
Unless
So
we,
if you kill
unless
the
we kill it.
Mm.
It's gonna
Yeah.
die anyway after an hour. But anyway, so
But it's
yeah,
an
Let
magical
it
jellyfish.
suffer.
exactly.
Arnadell's just getting darker each episode.
She is,
I
she
enjoy
is.
it.
I know, it's a fabulous character arc.
Righteously so. It was a necromancer. That's Arnadell's
Yeah.
argument.
That's right. Righteous anger is totally innocent. So, all right, make me either an athletics or an acrobatics to jump over this altar and, like, land coolly and get an attack on this thing. What was that?
That was a natural one.
Hey!
Oh,
Use
no.
your gift, use your gift.
You're
use
gonna
your
land on the
gift.
jellyfish!
Use your gift, use your gift. Use your gift, use your gift.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ooh, the gift of
Good
the
looking
present.
out, Britt.
Use your fucking gift. I think you
I completely forgot.
I think
yes,
you
thank
have inspiration. One of us has inspiration from the last game. I'm quite sure.
I don't.
Unless I'm remembering
I don't
incorrectly.
I didn't write it down anywhere, so I don't think it was me.
I thought somebody did.
I feel like it.
I feel like Nassim definitely.
Nassim, I think you got inspiration.
I did because of when you jumped off onto Bartleby for using your awesome like monk prowess.
Mhm.
Oh,
So you got
okay.
2 options there.
all right then. All right then.
I said
Inspiration.
it to you and awakened mind.
Uh-huh, yeah. Sure.
Okay. Well, that's a 12.
Okay, so you don't step on the jelly. You're fine. You run over the stupid tiny little jellyfish, and you jump up like onto this altar, and you kind of like stumble a little bit. It's not as cool, but you do it. It's utility based. You did the bare minimum. You go, kid. And you scramble over this altar, and now you are looking at this emaciated Furbolg corpse that seems to be just like held together with some kind of strange magic and darkness. It kind of shambles at you. You see one of its shoulders is probably dislodged, and it turns, and you can see that gray fur all around it just peeling off of its face. And it looks at you with those like gentle sort of shoulders and turns in your general direction, staring blankly.
So Saya is purely acting out of duty here. She knows this is unnatural for a dead thing to be living like this. It's forced alive against its will. So she's fighting under the really moral compass that to put this thing out of its misery. It's not with any vengeance or anything like that. And so she does her little, what did you call it? What did you say it's called, Brittany? Her like symbol? What are they called? The thing she does with her hands?
Oh, mudra.
Mudra. She does her mudra as like a symbol of respect, and then gets into her fighting stance. And I want to do a stunning strike against
You got
the zombie.
you got your
Zombies.
Piranha mudra for banishment.
Yeah.
Wait, that's just metal concert hands.
It's also a
Which
very
is also-
ancient thing from fucking
Yeah.
thousands of years ago. And it is
It's
it is metal as fuck.
It's the
So
the
it works
one-
both
yeah.
ways.
It stands for banishment.
is kind of ironic.
It's also the greeting. How it became metal is because this is a greeting that you would use to a fellow cultist of the Horned God. You know.
Well, I mean,
Baphomet. You know,
Horned God is kind of a big deal in that community.
What do I add for my unarmored strikes? I don't even know.
It's
Just
still a
proficiency?
dex.
Or
It's
dex?
still a dex. It's still a dex thing.
Okay. All right then. 16 to hit.
That's gonna do it
What are you doing?
for nasty
Ooh.
zombie flesh.
And it's D6 for my fists.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Totally.
I think at like 9th level it goes up to like a D10 or D8. I don't know. I don't have my PHP on me.
I feel like that was a
I'm
3-5.
sorry. I'm confused. Stunning strike is with a melee weapon attack, not unarmored attack. So I'm then fighting with my short sword. So that's a D6. That's 5 damage plus extra
Okay.
attack.
Get it.
Wait, does that stun him? Is he stunned?
has to
Does he
make
have to
a-
make a save, right?
He has to make a save against save against your key strike.
Do undead
He
get
says-
stunned?
Target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. I'm not
What's
great
your-
I'm actually very good at this.
Against my DC, which is 14.
Okay. So they made it.
Oh, okay. So then he is fine.
Okay.
But,
He just takes the damage.
Just takes the damage and then extra attack. So that was 1 key point, and I'm gonna save my other ones. I'm not gonna do it again, but just to attack again. That's modified 20 plus 6 damage.
Ooh. Gross. So you just cut into this furbolg who once was, and chunks of skin and grayed flesh just come tearing off of this thing. It's like cutting through paper as you're facing this thing, and all the while these gray kind of cloudy eyes are just staring, watching you, not processing any of the pain as you're hacking its body to pieces. And right over the top of this thing, Saye, you see that golden kind of filmy glow coming from the eye of this creature right behind it. That's sort of, you can see now, it's this large form that's just hovering in midair. And this is honestly, as it opens its mouth to this curling smile filled with teeth, the stench of decay and rot almost overwhelms you as this thing is less than 10 feet away from you. And then moving along, the jellyfish is going to... Okay, the jellyfish rolled a natural 20. What is happening here?
With the jelly.
Okay.
Tell me.
Natural
Tell
20
me
to
more.
do
Tell me
what?
more. That rolls over on its back.
Okay, it's the zombies' turn. This is so
Tell
stupid.
me more. Tell me more.
This is so stupid.
He just immediately gets the hang of being a jellyfish.
He comes to grip with his existential crises, and he's cool.
That
He's good.
I was gonna say it gives him an alignment change.
He becomes lawful good.
I'm in the wrong business.
Wow. I
Man,
really think about some
They
stuff.
showed me something today.
Maybe I'm not as tough as I thought. Ugh. Okay, zombies. All right. So. Let's start with the normal zombos. No, we're gonna start with the beholder zombo. Who am I kidding? It's a beholder zombie, you guys. I'm saying that because I'm not gonna call it Google Eyes. It's a beholder zombie, and I'm so excited.
Zombie Google Eyes.
They're kind of
Okay,
googly.
so I get to roll a thing.
This thing, the giant thing in
Oh, boy.
the middle, is the beholder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah. That's
Sorry.
literally.
Let's see. I bet I could add a close-up picture.
I just wasn't that the creature that you talked about in our Q&A
Yeah.
that you were like,
Yes.
oh, I want to play
Right.
this, or have you guys play this?
I totally
Quintessential D&D monster.
I
Assassin's
totally
Dragons.
talked about it, but you guys are so not high enough level for it. So I was like, what's the next best thing? A zombie version.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, they are even more terrifying. I'm about to post a big old picture of it.
All right, Nassim, I'm going to make you. You need to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Well. Oh no, don't become petrified.
Ooh, that's 18.
Dang it. So. Oh, you still take half damage. Okay, so one of it's as this thing is floating around you, and you've now kind of squared off with it finally. You get a good glimpse at it, and one of these stalks coming off its head, they extend about like 1 foot off and have this kind of filmy eye. So it sort of like limply raises itself up and hovers in the air for a moment, and then becomes swathed in this same kind of sickly green yellow light as its gaze turns directly to look at you, and just this bolt of light comes shooting out and envelops you with this, again, sickly green yellow glow. And you are going to be taking half damage. So, here we go. Does somebody want to keep math while I do this?
Sure.
Okay.
Don't
2,
ask me.
4, 8, 7, 4, 1, 7, 6.
41.
41 damage. You're going to take half of 41 damage as you are struck with an innervation ray.
Can I? Does that count as a missile I can deflect?
It does not. It certainly does not. As this thing, so the eye shoots off towards you, and all the zombies in the pathway sort of like groan and shift as they're cut with this ray. So actually the one in front of you just gets blasted to smithereens too as this green light envelops it. And another one immediately to your left just gets its right arm blown off completely. Wow. It's like this tunnel of destruction as it hits you. And you feel sick. Like after this, it's just like your life has been kind of drained away from you. And it's just a horrible feeling as you're hit by this ray.
That is fucking gnarly.
And then the zombos are going to swarm on you. Give me your AC.
18.
Okay. Miss. One is, okay. All right, so 4 of these things peel off from this group of 15, and they are basically now at this point, they move in tight around you, and they're all just sort of reaching out their hands towards you and grabbing you so you can feel that kind of silky, moist scraping, like as they're trying to grab at your body. So you are in a tight cluster of these things now as they're scooping at you and trying to attack, and one of them manages to sink their claws into you. And
oh man.
Ever since Hunger of Hadar, it's been in 3s. 3 words to describe something very disgusting.
Milky rubbing.
That'll
silky...
be 4 damage.
4
as
damage.
This thing claws and scrapes at you. And then a bunch of the zombies are going to start moving over towards you, Ornadel. So the ones on the back end are going to start peeling off and stumbling towards you. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zombies coming your way. So 4 and 4 on each side of the altar. So they move over and they make it to the altar space. So you still have a good 15 feet behind it, but they are swarming you on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was that turn. Well, then Kara.
Yes.
So now the zombies have moved over, and you have 4 zombies right now that are within like 5 feet of you as they've been kind of walking, walking towards you. And then you have this big tunnel in the back extending further away from you.
All right. Okay. So, boop, boop, boop. So for my helmet, is it an action to activate it to use the shatter spell?
It is a bonus action.
Sweet. All right. she's gonna use her bonus action and let out a singing, yodeling Valkyrie cry.
Can you please try and do that for me?
Oh man, I don't know. But coming from her, it'd be like, ah!
That is probably very, very Kara.
I didn't hear any yodeling.
It'd be like, so in the oh my god, the song, was it Kashmir? At the beginning when they're like, ah! It sounds like that.
Yeah, totally.
Right on, that works.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, there we go.
I come from the land of the ice and
Ice
snow.
and snow.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love it. I love that song.
That's her battle cry, and that's what she's singing out right now to these zombies who have to make. Oops, no, I don't want to open Steam right now. Screw you, computer.
God, they're always trying to get you to open.
Always. So they have to make a con saving throw of DC 15.
None of them make it.
Hell yeah, they're gonna take 3d8s of thunder damage.
Ooh, baby.
Oh. Wolf.
Woo! 12 plus. They're gonna take 20 thunder damage.
Oh, that's nasty. Okay, hang on. I got it. Okay. Alright. So you blow them apart. You just, with the sound of your voice, their bodies explode. One of them, you see an arm goes flying wayward, and it actually begins to, like, pick itself up and start crawling with its fingers, trying to get at you.
Of course.
As this desiccated
Always.
limb is just still coming after you. But it's moving, like, 1 foot around. So you're cool. You can just walk away, but you destroyed them. Just completely and utterly.
Alright, so now that she has done that, she wants to run up to the next closest enemy. What would that be?
So the next closest enemy. So right now, if you were to turn, or running out of the cave or into the cave?
Into the cave.
So looking into the cave right now, your dark vision goes out to 60 feet. So
Yes.
you are just out of direct view of everything going on. So you just see these shadowy kind of moving shapes just beyond your vision buried in the cave. So you see a bunch of shapes of humanoids around and some kind of large spherical object in the center of the room that you're seeing in kind of dim light from there. So you could definitely run. It would take you 60 feet to hit one of the objects. So if you look at the map, you're right under that gate structure that I put down there.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah, cool, perfect. Her movement is 35, so then she is gonna use her action to dash over there and square off with whichever one she comes up closest to first, and be ready to start wailing on some peeps.
All right. So as you run into the room, you see this horrific creature in the center, and you see all of these zombies around, and you can't see your companions just because they're big giant thing in.
She shouts out, "Hey, you guys in here? I got Alistar with me."
Can I speak through Alistar?
No, I don't think you have
I
that yet.
do. I have.
Or do
She
you
does
do?
have that.
Then you
I have
can.
voice.
Oh yeah,
He's like a puppet.
Yeah.
He's like
He
a
opens
puppet.
his
He's like,
mouth. I envision like
Kermit the
Lilo and
Frog.
Stitch, you know, when he can transmit radio.
Yeah.
So Alistar just opens his little mouth, and I'm like, Kara, I'd like to cast Hunger of
It
Hate.
throws her off, and she almost throws the axe out of her hand, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Alistar is like, ah! And then clutches in, and he grabs onto your back piece, and you just feel these little arms wrap around on both sides.
Oh.
So you're so uncomfortable.
I keep speaking through Alistar, who valiantly keeps his mouth open. Kara,
He's like,
glad you can make it in here. I really want to cast Hunger of Hadar on this group, so don't get yourself caught in it.
I'm the tank. That's what I do.
Suit yourself. I hope you.
Y'all ever heard of the term tank and spank? Yeah, I like both of those.
Ooh,
If you want,
Saya has not heard of it.
I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that thing's
Tank
undead. Undead zombie.
Yeah. All right. So you get your communication, and Kara, you square off. And then, Arnadell, it's up to you.
Oh, it's my turn?
So now you have all these things around you. So you have, like...
8.
5... Yeah. So 4 and 4 coming up around each side of the altar. So they are blocking your pathway to run by them. Basically, you just have, like, 10 feet behind you to a back cave wall, or you could run forward and try and jump over this altar towards where the combat is in the center of the room.
And they're going to be upon me in, like, the next round, right?
Next round, yeah.
Then, am I immune to, like, if I cast Hunger of Hadar on myself, do I have to make...
I'm going to call that the spirits from the other worlds would want to eat your flesh just as much as anybody else's.
Touche.
They want to be one with you.
They just want your life energy.
I guess I'll fucking start blasting some bitches. So with Eldritch Blast, which I'm gonna, Agonizing Blast as well, instead of doing... At my level now, I've got 2 beams. So I'd like to extend my hands outstretched from either side of my body and hit both sides of the 2 oncoming.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tight. So I'm going to do that. Hunger of Hadar.
But you have to choose a single target, right?
Are
No.
you still behind the altar, or did you go in front of it?
You're still behind it.
I'm still behind it.
Okay.
It does not say anything about choosing one target. It just says that I have...
Right.
It's an area of effect spell.
It is?
No, it's not. It's Eldritch Blast. It says range 20
it's just the one
feet.
target.
Yeah. But it just says toward a creature within range, and then when I get to 5th level, I get 2 beams.
Yeah, it's a creature. Yeah. So you can choose 2 creatures. That's all I was asking. Yeah.
So I could do
I got my
both
question
sides,
answered.
right?
Yep,
Okay.
totally.
Okay.
Well, that was never in question.
Okay. That's all. I was like, I want to do both. So I'll roll. Let's see. And that's going to be for the first one. What's 8 plus 5? Is that 15? Yeah.
13?
Wait, no, 13.
13?
Yeah. 13 from my left hand.
Uh-huh.
And 13 from my left hand and 17 from my right hand.
Yep, that hits both.
Oh, tight.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Roll your damage.
Damage is going to be stand by. Beep, beep, beep,
These
beep.
things aren't wearing armor. They just look like villagers who
Aw.
were...
That's sad.
Yeah.
So the first, my left hand does 8 damage, and my right hand does 14 damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
Bam!
do I add my spell attack bonus to the damage or no?
No.
Okay,
Oh.
okay, cool. Otherwise, that would have been much heftier.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be broken.
Nassim.
Oh no, where'd she go?
Okay, but anyway, so as you extend both of your hands to either sides of you, you totally let loose these blasts, and the zombies just sort of stumble backwards and don't really know what to do. But you do see that despite the 2 that were blasted, the others begin to just push onwards, kind of shoving their companion forward, moving forward. So I'm actually going to take an opportunity to take a bio break.
Oh.
While Nassim is figuring out
I'm
here.
going to take a break as well, and I'm also letting all of our live stream viewers know I'm not going to mess with recropping things. At least if it looks like it's 10 minutes, I'll try to readjust, but it's going to take longer to do that and then do it again when Nassim comes back. So I'm just going to go to the bathroom too.
No one's stressing.
Right.
Oh man, I'm the only person here, but I'm talking to you all in the chat, so I'm just, yeah. All right, cool. While everyone, I guess, is having a bio break and figuring this out, things that I acquired when I came to 7th level. Let's see. Oh, I took a 2nd level. I took a 2nd level of fighter. I am going towards the battle master because honestly, that is the best fighter class ever written, in my opinion. So I got action surge, so I can take an additional action and potentially a bonus action on a turn, as well as I already had second wind, and got some more hit points, so that's cool. Hit points are good, and I think that was it. Nothing too exciting.
But
I'm talking about since everyone was having a bio break, I was like, I'm gonna talk about my stuff that I got when leveling up.
oh, right on. Bio. When I hear the word bio break, I just like. That doesn't. I think P sounds cuter. If you want me to be dead honest, bio break sounds like. It makes me think of like syringes and like viruses and MRSA.
All right. I am indifferent to. The only thing that drives me crazy is when my mom would be like, "I have to go tinkle."
Oh yeah, no.
And I'm
No.
like, "Shut your fucking face! You're a grown-ass woman. You do not use the word tinkle unless you're talking to children, and I am not a child."
I don't think I would even say tinkle to a child. I mean, if a kid wants to say I have to tinkle, I'll be like, all right, you got to tinkle. But
Yeah, that's acceptable.
as an adult, I'll be like, hey, I have to go take a fucking leak. I'll be right back.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm like, I have to pee more than a pregnant racehorse with a UTI. I like to be very graphic.
No. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, is Alan in the chat right now? Who
He
just
says
donated?
the party sucked.
What party sucked?
I don't know. Wait, someone said exploding dice
Oh,
so that the party sucked and said that they would know what it
Askren.
meant.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We went to sleep, so our party sucked too.
That sounds like a great party to me. I had a great time. I was dreaming and sleeping and resting.
Oh.
Immune system rebuilding.
Oh. Wait. Though, is someone named Alan in the chat?
I don't know.
Because they just donated a bunch of money on Patreon. Thank you, Alan, if you're listening in the chat.
Oh my god, that's awesome. We've got 17 viewers right now.
Hey, 17 viewers. We love you, and we hope you're okay with our faces, even waiting for Nassim's face.
Nassim said that she is on her way back on. I guess something died.
I'm actually super excited. I'm going to be interviewing on one of Exploding Dice's shows coming up.
Angelina says hi, by the way.
What up?
Angelina, hello! I saw your comment about my sexy bonus action voice, and I just want to tell you,
Oh yeah.
thank you. I work very hard on it in the mirror every day. I also worked on another voice you'll get to hear at the end of this episode.
Oh boy, I'm so
Just
excited.
not quite as sexy, but we'll see.
She says, LOL, yes!
Yes! Yes, queen! To the skies. QWEN. Nassim is lying. Where
What?
is she? We're in the middle of a fight.
How dare she? I'm so mad.
Okay, so yeah, because it's her turn too. Why does she always leave when it's her turn? Why do they leave me? You guys get so
Someone said,
mad.
You're a scary. Someone said, "You're a scary DM, though. The undead beholder."
I am a scary DM. I pride myself on that.
She's not that scary.
Hey, shut up. I'm terrifying. Well, I mean, this thing, like, is terrifying. If you guys have seen it in the book.
They're legit terrifying.
Here, I'll just, you can look at it right now. There you go.
Okay. Because, yeah, I just have my shitty book, but, like, what the hell? And, like, the filmy eye.
Celeste, Celeste, the
All
windows,
jaundicey.
the windows are super off kilter right now until Nassim signs back on, so nobody got that.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I have the image that you.
Oh, it's true.
The image that you sent me, I posted in lieu of the map.
So yes, I have always wanted to fight a beholder. I know I talked about this in the Q&A, but I've never been in a campaign where anyone had big enough balls to put a beholder in it.
You know why?
And I totally would, but why?
Because DMs don't. So beholders are supposed to be like some of the most intelligent monsters that you'll ever fight. And God forbid.
And aboleths and mind flayers. They're like that upper tier.
God forbid
can I tell
that
you
you
all a
have
secret?
to speak as something that's like beyond comprehension in terms of intelligence, right? Like it's like, that would intimidate me.
I would like to tell everyone a secret in the chat. And do you remember in the temple you guys were beyond? Remember that freaky door? That was something was talking to you, Brittany?
Yes.
That was an obelisk.
Oh, aboleths are the worst.
Yeah, what's an aboleth?
They're such assholes.
Aboleth. Oh, what?
I don't know. I haven't looked in the DMD for that.
They're kind of like a deep sea version, or they live in like river caves and underwater caverns. They're kind of like they have the intelligence of a beholder without all the crazy eye stalks. And some of them can do magic, and they're like,
I'm looking this up right now.
They're giant aquatic feet.
Nassim said
they use psychic powers instead of regular magic.
They have telepathy, and they make people be their mind slaves.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Nassim said that her computer...
Was it Nerd Immersion says, once you see her playing her unicorn, Celeste playing a unicorn, Celeste isn't that scary.
Hey! Okay. My Little Pony character was not scary at all. She wore glasses and a poodle skirt and was very...
So this creature? Oh.
Yes!
That is an aboleth.
Yeah, the nasty thing.
What is the word that I'm trying to think of?
For what?
For the psychic powered people in D&D. Psionic! They're psionic fish. There we go.
Oh, hey, by the way, 5th edition, what's up? Where are the psionics?
Where are the psionics?
Where they at?
I'm really excited for that, because I always love psionics.
Holy
they're super
shit,
cool.
They have a strength of 21.
Yeah, it's hot.
Dude, they're
pretty cray.
Like crayfish cray? Sorry.
They are
I needed
crayfish. Oh no!
Is Nassim back?
Okay.
Oh god, everybody's leaving.
No, see? Hey everybody, it's just Brittany and I. It's Gen Con all over again. Hey. Welcome to the Venture Maidens.
I moved my iPad and it fell over.
That's okay. This is the night of buffoonery.
So I'm very grateful.
We might have to play till 10, guys, at this rate. Is everybody cool with that?
Super grateful that I did not start fucking around with the things, because you guys have no idea how.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, all right, real quick. Sorry, I know we need to get back to the game. I super apologize. I recovered the audio, but how do I get back onto the right track and start recording at the end of where I left off? I don't know how to do that.
You can't just save it separate and start a new track.
Okay,
yeah, that would be the easiest thing.
Then give me a minute.
Okay. And give me a minute.
Mine's still going.
Yeah.
I'm really Celeste, thank you for sharing what that was behind that mysterious door, because it has crossed my mind multiple times.
That's a problem with being a DM. I just want to tell you all my things, but I don't want to tell you everything. You know, I can't tell you all the doors you never went down, but it's far away enough that you're definitely across the world, and it's fun. I usually try to save it for our Patreon donors, but then I get chatty in live streams. See, I'm going to edit that out of the podcast. So everybody listening here right now, you get the inside scoop. And then also, if you don't know, on Patreon, you get the inside scoop where I've started this whole thing. It's called, I call it DM rants, which is terrible. And nobody's liked it yet because they're probably awful. But I just talk about all of my DMing problems or general problems. And then I usually have a campaign note at the end. Like, here's a free campaign idea. What? You look gleeful, Sage.
That's nice. Oh, I'm talking to people in chat, and they were like, "The one." I was like, "Aw, yeah, cheer, bitches."
Nassim, let us know when you're good.
Well, it's going to be a minute because I'm trying to do the steps. Unless I can avoid doing those steps, the steps that I usually take after we're done recording to save the project.
Don't do that. Just save it.
Okay.
Just save it. Whatever. And save it on your desktop or something. Okay, wait, Nerd Immersion just sent me most recent attempt at 5e psionics. Okay, well, I don't want to see... Okay, well, I'll look at it, but I want to see D&D pick it back up, you know? You know what I mean? That was a weird experiment for 3.5. When that came out, everybody was like, what just happened?
All right, so it's still saving. It's saving, but it's still going to take a minute because we've been recording for like an hour. But I'll jump back on. If you want to skip my turn, I'm totally okay with it.
It's okay. We've waited this long. Let's just go do it. You guys all cool to play till 10 PST?
Yeah.
Fine with me. Oh, quickly. Angelina says that I would like the DM rants, but I can't get on there right now.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
I'm gonna email you. I promised you. Angelina knows. We talked about a thing.
Okay. Cool.
I got you.
What did I miss? Did I miss anything exciting?
Just
no.
chat.
Just us.
Celeste,
us fucking around.
Celeste told us what
I revealed a secret.
Yeah, what was behind that freaky lonesome door that had
the
me
aboleth. We talked
captivated.
about aboleth.
Is it aboleth or aboleth?
Aboleth.
It's aboleth.
That was what was behind the door?
I just have a list. So.
What is that?
It was basically a psionic sea creature that is super fucking strong.
Super cool.
And would have fucked my shit up, but thank God Dendar was like, his enemy!
Wow.
She would be against them. She'd be like,
Nope. Nope. Land and sea. No.
I still don't think Arnadel is aware that like Dendar was. I guess through that vision. Yeah. Then never mind. She knows,
that Dendar.
Yeah, she knows. Before she didn't know. Previously, she had.
Dendar. Make sure you know that she knows that.
She knows
what you're
that
doing.
You know
she
that
knows.
she knows.
To infinity and beyond.
Okay, let's battle this shit. I'm ready to go.
All right, we're ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Almost there. Literally almost there.
We're waiting on the go.
Oh, okay. I'm just getting hype.
I have only half of Nassim's face. Let me see if I can fix this.
All right, we're back on.
Okay. Yay. So Nassim, it's your turn. So do you remember the 4 zombies that are basically like hugging, attacking you right now? So you have 4 of them, so you will not be able to run without throwing some zombies off. They're swarming you right now. And then this beholder in front of you, and you are feeling weak and kind of messed up and trying to fight off these things. And you heard Kara screaming in the background.
That real sucks. Wait, okay, something I realized too was I can't see in the dark. Are we in pitch black?
It's not dark, it's dim light. So you're having a hard time seeing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I should be making you take disadvantage. But for right now it's fine because there's a little bit of light streaming through, so it is nighttime. But the cave is sort of one of those water structures that are open, so there are points where it's open to the rest of the sky, and you see like water is off to your west, and that cave kind of leads somewhere, and then there's filtered light, so it's dim. It's pretty hard to see though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh man, burning hands, those bitches.
Literally, I was about to say, like, to bring some light as well as do some damage, I'm gonna cast some burning hands.
I think
Talk about
aren't
some
undead particularly what's the word I'm looking for?
Flammable?
Yeah, aren't they particularly
I don't know.
flammable?
You haven't made any nature checks to know anything about undead.
I did. I made a very low roll.
Yeah, and you know nothing.
Kara is never gonna make a check until it's dead. So sorry, guys.
So they have to make so it's in a 15-foot cone. They have to make a dex saving throw.
Cool. So you could hit all of the ones on you, and then also the beholder behind you, and then probably a couple more. So
yes.
What's my number? That I have your key save.
Yeah, it's 14.
Let's go. And now you roll decently. Okay. And what's my damage? So a bunch of them pretty mixed results.
Okay. So on a failed save, they take half damage.
Okay. Or successful, they take half.
Excuse me. See, yes. On a successful one, they take half damage.
So roll your damage.
Yeah, and it's 3d6. Hold on.
Nasty.
And then I want to cast it at a higher level, which increases my d6s, but it's for each slot level above first, which I think I have.
Yeah, what's the highest level you could cast?
I think 3.
Neat. And
So
do that.
So how many d6 is that? 3 more?
So you could increase it. I think it's 1d6 per level you increase it. So if you want to cast it as a third level.
So 2 more.
And then you spend that many key points
to upgrade it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's minus 2 more key points. All right. 4, 10, 11 plus 2 more d6s is 21 damage.
Woo! Woo! Dang. Okay. So 4 of them just dropped. Just totally dropped as you incinerated their bodies. So you still have 2 of them on you that looked really burned and like they're falling apart. But the 2 just directly in front of you are gone. And 2 more zombies that were flanking the beholder are just destroyed. The beholder doesn't seem phased much at all by this fire attack. And this glowing lamped eye is still just milkily looking at you. You can actually see now in the light of the flames there are tendrils of this white substance that are dripping down its face, like, and pooling on the floor as it's looking at you.
Ooh.
Unimpressed.
Bored.
Okay.
Oh, so blasé. Oh god.
Okay. Rolled for my necromancer. Alright. Ooh, okay.
What is this jellyfish doing? Why are you excited?
It's like
All right.
zapping himself.
So as you all are, so Arnadel, you specifically are standing behind as the zombies now swarm in. It is their turn. One of them peels off and scoops up this tiny little jellyfish in its hands and kind of like hugs it to its chest in a weird way.
I hope he stings it.
And starts to like stumble backwards and away from the combat. But on top of that, so you still, Arnadel, have 7 of these zombies coming at you. 2 of which have been pretty severely damaged by your Eldritch Blast, but they're coming in and they just swarm you. So like piling around you, on top of you, trying to like just push you down. So we're gonna roll some stuff.
Cool. I have a reaction thing I can use.
Ooh,
Cool.
I'm excited.
I haven't used this yet.
All right.
Very excited.
You want to do that now, or
Well, I can only do it.
do they attack you
They have
first?
to attack me first. It's if they make an attack roll against me, I can use my reaction to impose disadvantage on that roll. And then if the attack misses me, my next attack roll against the creature has advantage if I make it before the end of my next turn.
Oh,
It's
nice.
called Entropic Ward.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's such a great spell.
It's not a
So
spell.
7
it's
of them are...
thing. I mean, yeah, ability.
Okay. So give me your AC, please.
18.
So 1 hits, 1 does not, 1 does, 1 does not, 1 does not, 1 does, 1 does. 4 hit out of the 7. So you use that to impose disadvantage on 1, I believe?
It just says a creature.
Yep.
Yeah, so
whenever
one
it says
creature.
a creature, it means 1 creature.
You only have 1 reaction, because otherwise you'd have to spend 3 reactions. Which is
So I will
impossible.
impose on one of, so that one fails. It's kind of like you slap that one in the face and it's like, "Ah!" and it doesn't understand. Like, it's like, ah, and it gets turned around and kind of pushed out of the circle that's attacking you. So 3 of them do manage to make their way forward and sink their claws into your skin.
Whoa.
So 3 from one, 7 from another, and 5 from another. So 12, that'll be 14 damage. As these things are clawing at you now, and you feel them tearing at your clothes, and basically there's no strategy here other than to rip your body apart.
You mean 15?
Yes.
That's only because I have a calculator open.
Hey!
Nice.
Look at that. Well, I was trying to save you.
Thanks. So
You caught me.
which
That
one?
one
I
point.
would say just pick one to have disadvantage.
I did. So the 1 got disadvantage and failed. And then, so the 15 is the other 3 that still succeeded.
Okay. I still get, did all 4 of them hit?
Yes, but then we used Entropic Ward, so 1 didn't hit.
Would I then get advantage on my roll against a creature before the end of my next turn, since one of them missed?
So
Yes.
you, on your next turn to attack them, yes, you would get an
Right.
advantage.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Sweet. Sick.
Okay. So you are being swarmed by zombies. You are covered in zombies. The smell of death is all around you, and light is beginning to disappear as zombies are piling on top of you. Saye.
Oh
Did
no!
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Kara. That's your turn.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, Saye. You're next. Or Kara,
Yeah, no, I was about to
Anadel,
say.
Saye.
That's okay. I just went.
All right. Okay, so, all right, let's recap the situation. I came through the gate side, ran up, blasted some zombies with my amazing Led Zeppelin shriek, and then now I'm on the backside of the beholder.
Correct. It is not
Okay.
facing you. It is right in front of you. It's big, fleshy, rotting mass hovering in the air.
Is Saye flanking on the other side of it?
Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm so sorry. The beholder didn't get to go on its turn. I'm gonna
Fine.
rewind time. I'm sorry. Before you do
Whatever.
something really cool.
Ruin my fun.
I know.
It
I was
doesn't
just thinking,
need
I was
a
like, wow.
turn. It's okay.
Fine. No, and it's still looking at Saye though, so it's still gonna. It's swarmed in zombies. It doesn't have the best perception. It has no idea Kara is behind it.
Yeah, they've got that, like, great peripheral, except for that one blinding spot
Yeah,
in the
just
back of
super
their head.
blocked wherever you go. It's like blinders all the time. One giant eye is really a problem.
And they're all covered in that milky glaze,
Ugh.
All right. Saye, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay. That's gonna be 11.
Oh, that's not gonna do it. All right. You are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Oh shit! Oh
As
shit! A minute
another
is so long.
kind of golden ray comes across over you, and you just feel your body freeze, and all the zombies on top of you gleefully go to town because
Shit.
you're not fighting them anymore.
Am I standing up frozen, or did I fall down?
You were completely paralyzed, so whatever they do to you, you're going to be moving with them. So the target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. So at the end of every turn, you will be able to try and fight this off. But paralyzed, let me go ahead and look exactly what that'll do to you. Where is that darn conditions page?
It's like at an awkward point in the DMD.
It really is. No, it's actually in the MM. It's super awkward.
Oh, really? That's even more awkward.
Just fucking wait until I reach level 10.
And then you can't be paralyzed or what?
And then fuck everyone else's charms.
And then okay, wait, maybe it's not here. I don't know. I lied. Whatever, you're paralyzed, you can't move, you can't take actions.
Awesome, love it. Doing it.
So you are being bitten into and chewed apart by zombies.
Woo!
Yummy.
I have 2 bottles of wine here to help me through it, so.
So yeah, they're actually gonna take some chompies.
Great. What's that chat saying? I hear you going off, Sage.
Oh yeah, they're like, chat is super lit. Lit AF. Yeah, one of them is like, oh no, Saye rip.
Oh no! Don't say that yet.
Oh god.
That's what I said, I was like, no!
That is gonna be 21 damage as these
Oh my
zombies
God.
just
Don't
go
worry,
to
girl,
fucking
I'm
town.
coming to your rescue.
They are pulling just the flesh from your arms and like eating at you and just destroying you.
All right.
Oh
Good
man, I
stuff.
don't want to read that aloud.
What?
Nerd Immersion says, because all successful attacks on the paralyzed creature are auto crits. And
Yeah. I
That's,
know.
That's awful.
It's
That's
terrifying.
fucking awful shit.
Had a wonderful time on Venture Maidens. Thank you all so much for everything.
Shut up, Nassim.
Hashtag ripperoni pepperoni.
Oh god. All right. So that happened. So Sage, actually, when you look, it was all the rest of the zombies that were still around this thing that hadn't gone over to flank Arnadel and aren't dead were swarming on Saye and are eating her alive right now. So you just have a beholder in
I'm
front
horrified.
of you. Yeah. As your monk companion is just falling and flesh is tearing. Yes. Then it is your turn.
God damn it! You couldn't just let me have my turn. Alright. There's okay.
Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag DM.
Kara would just see this horrible, desiccated, awful thing in front of her and be like, fuck that thing! And she would hack and slash. And she's gonna do that. She's gonna use her relentless attack so that she gains advantage on the attack roll, but that everyone else gains advantage against her until her next turn.
Oh,
Because she's just like, fuck this shit!
Yeah. Woo!
Alrighty. So that is gonna be a 16 against the Beholder.
Gonna do it.
Yes!
Chunk.
Whoosh. That is going to be 10 damage. And then she's gonna hit again.
Ooh. Chunking into it. I just imagine that sound of when you hit like wet wood that's slightly rotting in the middle.
Oh,
that like,
yeah.
and it just sticks and kind of like sap peels like out on top of it.
That sounds so delicious.
Nah, yeah, it's good. It's good sounds.
Alright, but on her second attack, she's gonna get an 18.
Yes. Yes.
And do an additional 10 damage.
Yes,
And then- And then she's gonna use her bonus action.
Oh my!
Frenzying
Oh, no.
to do another attack.
Yeah, like y'all simmer down.
Why? Don't tell me to calm
And
down.
We're having fun. Don't tell us
And-
what to do.
And
Whoa!
then she's gonna get a 15 on that attack roll.
That is not gonna hit.
Ah, shit. All right, but then she's gonna use her action surge, so she gets an additional standard action and bonus action.
Wee! Melee
Holy
blasted.
fuck.
I love.
He's
being
like,
a
"Are you
fighter."
done yet?"
Yeah.
No.
Jesus.
No.
He hasn't turned around. It has no idea what's happening. Is that a natural 20? That was a natural 20 face.
It was. It is a natural 20.
I did it.
Everybody drink.
Everybody drink. Yay! Cheers. Cheers.
Fuck yes. Cheers to this 18 damage.
Fuck.
Right on.
What?
And then she's gonna hit it
Right
again.
on.
Like,
And
goddamn.
then
I now envision you foaming at the mouth when you're raging.
she is. It's like this acrid, nasty
It's
foam.
like yellow.
Nasty fun. Oh god. Okay.
She got
Alright.
she got a 17 on that roll.
Mhm.
Right on.
And it's gonna do 12 damage. And then she's gonna use her bonus action again to attack this motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Of which she's gonna get a 16.
Yeah, just right.
For an additional 11 damage.
Oh my god.
Yes! Fuck you, beholder!
How much damage was that total?
So, that was
Like-
61 damage total.
Bitches!
So you take. Alright. You know, if you get like a skin peel and then they go so far and then you file a lawsuit because you have cancer forever because you've been split in half by that. That's happened. And
The
so
common
you've
problem.
just
What?
chunked so much out of this creature. There is blood and guts and black sludge spewing all over you. But the
Oh
sheer
man, next turn I'm
mass-
gonna rip out its heart and yell Kali Ma.
the sheer mass of this thing, it doesn't react the way you think it should. It fucking should after losing all of this. It just slowly turns its blank eye towards you. And right now, you are
Mhm.
absolutely covered in the acrid acid of its blood as you are bathed in the blood of the undead beholder.
She
It's
loves
filled up.
it. She's like rubbing her face. in
Yeah.
it. She like licks her
Oh,
axe and
you
is like,
Ding.
let's go.
So bad. And it blinks at you, and you recognize in Morse code that it's also saying, let's go.
I accept your challenge.
Because
I'm the
clearly
only one.
Kara knows Morse code.
Yes,
All right.
It makes up with the fact that she can't read.
Yeah. Blink, blink.
I mean,
Blink, blink, blink,
Morse
blink.
code technically works like if you're communicating underground. You can't like speak to each other, but you
Yeah,
sure as hell
yeah.
can tap
It's
on
got
shit.
that.
Would you
Got that
understand
tremor
Morse code
sense.
if you couldn't read? I don't think you would.
Yeah, because it'd be like music. You can play music without reading.
Yeah.
But it's still putting letters together.
That
Yeah.
might
Wait, guys,
be the
don't think
sec-
about it.
That
Okay,
might be
okay.
the
Okay.
secret.
Don't
Okay.
think about it. It's Dungeons and Dragons. Why are we thinking? Ugh, ridiculous. Can you all make perception checks for me, please? Not
I
you,
feel like
Saye.
I feel like Kara should take advantage because she's bathing in the blood of her enemies. I'm gonna be honest.
That's fair.
I got a 21.
I will willingly. Oh, I still got a 15 and a 16, so that's an unnatural 20.
Yeah, there you go. So both of you notice, Saya, you can't because you are paralyzed and falling down and being destroyed and ripped apart. The other two of you notice all of a sudden a sound begins
Dolphins!
to come to your ears. And as you're looking over towards the water, which is on the northern side of the cavern, like where the cavern walls have kind of fallen and they let in this river water, you see this strange gray head poke out of the water, and it has this very long, strange snout, on it, and then strapped around its head are these leather straps.
That's the thing that we saw for the boat! That you saw for the boat that I wasn't there for!
These leather straps around its head, and it's got this cylindrical kind of silver gleaming device on top of it. It looks like it has a single point on it with this glowing red light. So in real life, like a radar, a tiny radar dish.
I'm like,
Ian says dolphins with laser beams?
I'm not gonna answer that. A radar
Fucking laser beams on top of their freaking heads.
Exactly.
and it's so cute.
And it's just like over at this corner, and it's kind of swinging its head around at you all. So it just pops out of the water and sort of looks back and forth, and then very quickly pops its head back down and disappears into the water.
Very strange.
You notice that in the middle of everything.
Can I do an insight check?
on the strange fish creature
Yeah.
that just showed up. I don't think any of you have ever seen dolphins before.
I want to do an insight check to
Nope.
see if it
What?
Yeah, definitely not for Kara.
what its intentions are. Like,
What's it about?
yeah, just
What's it into?
I got a 17. Do these creatures mean as harm, or are they not?
So, looking at the creature, it's definitely not something you have seen in keeping with like the rest of the furbolgs. You know, it doesn't seem to have motivations that way. It seemed more to you like a curious creature. You got that sense, like, you know, if you're at an aquarium and you look at like otters or something like that, just things popping up and like seeing what's up and then kind of disappearing. That was the sense you got from it. Totally random.
Back.
Not super invested in what was happening. But also it had that strange apparatus strapped to it that didn't seem like a normal
Natural.
thing.
Can anyone make friends with animals?
Whose turn is it next?
No.
And then Arnadel,
Right on.
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna cast fucking Shatter to get this shit off of me.
Yeah!
I'm
Right.
gonna
That is so
use my
awesome.
last spell slot.
Warlock problem.
Yeah. Doobie-doo, stand by. I'm gonna find it.
Man, we need a cleric up in this party.
Fuck. So
Shit's real.
Shatter.
In a row.
Its range is 60 feet, but I'm gonna cast it with myself being the center point. A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of my choice, i.e. me. Each creature within a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. Otherwise, the creature takes 4d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. And if they're made of inorganic material, such as I don't think that matters for this.
Just give me a save number, dear. This is the same thing that Kara has on her helmet.
Okay,
Yep,
16.
that's what I did earlier.
All right. Whoop.
Does that include me?
No, you're not in that range.
Okay.
She's
cool.
still on the other side of the altar, a solid 20 feet away from you.
Would it hit the altar?
No, 10 foot
10 foot.
sphere?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not going to. Because you're in the middle of all this buffoonery in the background. So one of them makes it. So give me the damage.
Somebody ready to add some shit?
Ready.
4 plus 2 plus 6
6.
plus 3.
12.
15. Okay, 15 damage, so you blow to smithereens
That's
to the
16
two that...
Wait.
15.
Yeah, 15, sorry.
So you blow to smithereens the two that you had blasted earlier with your Eldritch blast. So now there are 2 that are still solidly gripped onto you,
They took half damage.
but 2
right?
more in the wings. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you
Oh.
Yeah,
Do I-
you still have a bunch of...
Do I get to make an attack with my pseudo dragon? He can fight for me, right?
He can make an attack? I believe he can. Though I think you have to
feel like
sacrifice your standard action to make an attack with him.
Or I feel like you have to take the attack action. I don't quite remember.
He can make the attack, but I believe you have to sacrifice your standard action to let him attack for you.
Where's my
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
I don't think so.
PHB?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, and then moving on, Saye, you get to try and escape your paralysis. Roll your Constitution save.
Oh man.
I'll use a different dice.
Don't forget about your ability. You used your inspiration point, but now you can use your ability.
Oh yeah, what is your gift of the present?
It's
Because mine I get to re-roll.
they're all pretty similar in that sense. It's a reroll for man.
So
I believe you get
Arnie's-
to take an extra action, Nassim.
yeah, you get an extra 6-second turn. That's what yours is, and then Arnie's is that she can force an opponent to make a re-roll.
And I think I wrote down that I imposed disadvantage on once.
So it's not quite. That's your warlock ability. You're getting confused. You force anyone to make a reroll. It's not disadvantage. You just force someone to make a reroll.
Well, I got 15.
Okay. Yep. You make it.
Woo!
So you
Oh,
push
God.
aside these weak kind of bonds like in your skin. You're just like, I hate this so much. It's so antithetical to your nature, and you just break through from it. And these things are surrounding you, but you're back in action.
Woo!
Unfortunately, that's the end of your turn. It takes you all of your strength and will to get through that turn.
Okay.
Oh, and we're back to the zombies. So they're gonna keep biting you.
Awesome.
No, I'm sorry.
All right, so 2 are gonna hit you. So 7 and 2, so 9 damage.
Do you want to know where I am?
Yeah, what are you at?
I have 10 hit points left.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'll be there as soon as possible.
Yeah. Cool. And then the beholder is gonna go. It's mad at its new dwarf friend.
Bitch. Whatever, I got danger sense. So I get advantage on saving throws against traps and spells.
You can tell. Everyone
So
is watching.
full.
You can tell just how full I filled this
That is-
fucking
That
goblet.
is a full chalice.
I am very distraught.
Oh my God. Yeah,
I am
there's a lot of
about to
alcohol in that
die.
cup.
And
alright.
on that note,
Yeah, cheers. Cheers. Sadie.
cheers. We're gonna get through this.
I'm gonna have to refill real quick, but before that, Kara, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Fabulous. Oops.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. 15.
Okay. All right.
The faces I just made.
Okay, you want to add for me real quick?
Sure.
Ready? 6, 5, 6, 1, 5.
23.
That was half damage from what you should have taken. So you're good. So 23 damage as you are caught in that sickly kind of ray from
Okay.
before, that green, yellow, nasty light. And you just feel your strength like, ugh. And everything in your body is like that kind of quivering, like right after. It's almost like if everything fell asleep at once. You know, when your leg falls asleep, it's just.
Ugh.
And there you're at. I hate that feeling so
That'd be so
much.
uncomfortable on your whole
It's the
body.
worst.
Just like on one part, you're like, I hate this so much, but on your whole body,
Mm.
Alright.
It's like those fucking
Find it out.
those pins and needles. You're like,
yeah, it's
"Ugh."
making me cringe right
Yeah.
now.
So, Arnadel, 2 of the zombies, they run in towards you and blink on your body. So now there are only 4 of them left. All 4 of them are crouched on you, and 2 of them sink claws into you.
God, this might be the end of the Maidens.
I'm
So
I
that'd be
just
9.
became a water goddess, okay? I am not ready to die.
Seriously.
So that'd be 9 damage
9 damage.
from.
Okay.
And all of you go ahead and make perception checks.
Cool. Oh, that's not so bad actually. 19.
Perception.
21. Oh no, excuse me, 22.
I got a 15.
So you notice that a zombie has kind of moved off to the side from before, so he's standing on the southern edge of the cavern, like away by himself, and he's got this squishy pile of jelly in his hand, and he takes it, and it like throws it down on the ground, and it just starts raising its foot kind of slowly and like stomping up and down, like on this jellyfish, just doing its own thing.
Oh
Wait,
my god, he's
what?
priority number 1.
The zombie is stomping on the jellyfish?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get it to go back to his normal form.
Oh.
But I don't know that he has a jellyfish. I don't know what the jellyfish means, but he's priority numero uno. So that necromancer's gonna fuck shit up even more.
I mean, what it would be dropped to like 0 HP, but
I'm gonna get another mimosa.
doesn't it have to make like
Okay.
saves if it's at 0 HP?
God damn it! Once it comes to 0 HP, if it's not stabilized,
It
yeah.
would still have to make like saving 3. Each round it would need 3 rounds. It has 3 saving throws, right?
I don't know. So that's kind of like the weird thing. I don't know if polymorph works like wild shape for druids, because druids, when they get to 0 HP in their wild shape, they go back to the regular form, and they just continue on doing their regular HP. So
Did we ever talk about our level up stuff?
No, not yet. I do want to
No,
give a
not yet.
huge shout out to Exploding Die, because they gave a huge shout out right before signing off, and told everyone to come and watch our Exploding Dice, not die, Exploding Dice. So yeah, that's fucking rad. Oh
yeah, they're like all in the chat right now.
Yeah, they gave a huge shout out. So right after Exploding Dice finished their show, or right when they finished their show, they told all of their viewers to come and watch our live stream. So that's fucking mighty awesome of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.
I'm like, you know when you like feel so grateful and full of warmth that you're like warm and happy and tingly?
And if anyone is here from that shout out because of, what was it? Explosion Dice? Brit?
Exploding dice.
Exploding Dice.
Yes.
Those of you who are here because of them, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Okay, so just a quick thing to clarify what Celeste is trying to do. It says, as long as the excess damage does not reduce the creature's normal form to 0 hit points, it is not knocked unconscious. So I'm assuming that if it gets to 0 hit points, it would be unconscious.
Let's hold that discussion, because you have no idea. In game with the necromancer, what the hell would happen? Okay, so let's go on.
Being a necromancer, he'd probably be undead and then be like more powerful or some shit. Who knows?
Literally no idea. Okay.
God, I really want a cigarette right now. This shit's stressful.
All right, and then moving along. So that was just the end of the Zombo's turn. And you saw that one zombie off in the corner doing its business. And then Kara, we're back up to you.
Are you
After you got
okay?
blasted.
Help me, friend.
Friends.
I'm trying. I'm getting there. This thing is in my way. Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Let's think. All right. So I'm just gonna keep. Oh fuck! I've been forgetting to add my extra 2 damage because I'm raging. Oh god, I'm such a dweeb.
Yeah.
That's
you
okay.
Catch up.
Sorry, what is it, Brittany?
okay, how far
Are we
away
good?
is the jellyfish from me?
Like 30 feet?
Okay. How?
Okay. Can we do our normal
Yeah,
thing now?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep wailing on this thing because what else is she gonna do?
She's gonna fuck shit up. That's her job.
She's gonna get a 24 on her hit,
Yeah.
and then do 10 damage,
Okay.
and then make her second attack. What is? Oh, that's okay. Good. And get an 18 to hit,
Yes.
and then do 9 damage, and then
Alright.
use her bonus action to hit. Oh, woo. Actually, before I use my bonus action, can I make a nature check against a beholder? Because she's trying to suss out, like, specifically, like, what the nature of this creature is, if it can be knocked prone.
Go ahead and make a
Other-
nature check for
Yeah,
me.
other things it does, like, of that nature.
I love checks, and we haven't had a good one yet.
Okay, so that is a 13.
Okay,
Not
cool.
the greatest.
You fought zombies before. You understand necromancy, blah, blah, blah. You know that zombies in general have a really weird power of resilience. They're real hard to knock down, especially knocking them down and staying down is going to be a problem. So the bigger the batter, the more of a problem you're going to have with that. Beholders in particular, you've only heard of. You do know
Right.
that some Dwarven clans, every once in a blue moon, like a beholder has moved into, you know, an abandoned settlement or something. Creatures of incredible arcane power, really strong,
Right.
really. You don't know if they've ever had any weaknesses. They bring down so many heroes, like so nothing comes to mind. You don't even know these are creatures of magic. So
Right.
knocking them,
They're
knocking off
very
their
foreign.
right, going for their weak knee is not exactly going to be something you'll be able to do here. You know,
They have no knees.
Can
they
I?
have no knees.
I don't know what to do.
They fucking float.
Can I like
There's nothing.
awaken mind? Like use the helmet. The helmet.
She already used the helmet.
I already used it.
Oh.
That's when I blasted 4 zombies off my butt. 5
to
zombies.
get in here
Okay.
and take out a
Which is-
significant chunk of this beholder.
Yeah, that was very useful. All right, well I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use my bonus action to make an attack against it, and I'm gonna get a 19.
Yep.
Sweet. Whoops. Stay on the table, please. All right, and that's just 7 damage.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
This thing looks fucking awful. You
She's
have
like,
chopped
I'm
into
doing
it,
work, ladies. I'm trying.
all of it, like bunch of it. So you've hit the eye several times because it's just this huge disc, and these just
Mhm.
ruptures of like milky fluid have come over you, and this thing like
Ugh.
should not be.
Ew.
It should not be going. It is disgusting and horrendous to see, but it continues this mangled, fleshy, almost like meatball-shaped form with these strange eyes coming out of it. It's still just fucking floating in the air. It's disgusting.
It's seeping.
Oh man.
I can't. Oh.
I know.
Talk about milky
shooting all
rubbing
over.
tentacle damage.
Oh, milkiness. I can't.
Yeah, that needs
I
to
know.
stop. Can we
I know.
stop things?
All that lactose.
Nope. Oh,
I'm
shut
glad-
up!
After
Oh
this is gonna be
God,
lactose
that's not no.
intolerant.
Just oh
I'm
God.
glad you all are aware of how disgusting this is. I've done my job right as a DM.
It just
So vile.
every time I think it's milky, I just think of Alien, like you know.
Oh yeah.
The first
exactly.
one, yeah, when they start beating on the science officer, everything milky. Just
That's
looks
enough.
Like
That word
Yeah.
should not be
Yeah,
a
okay.
trigger, and it is.
Okay. Arnado. So you have 4 zombies on you right now.
Okay.
And
I-
the zombie holding jellyfish is real close.
I want to trigger Alistar Fitzpatrick to swoop in and grab that fucking jellyfish. I want Alistar to swoop and grab
Okay.
the jellyfish. Just
So, I like the
So you're
hand
gonna be.
gestures our podcast audience is missing, but there's a lot of military-esque swooping motions.
He's
that
gonna
are-
make like Clueless and roll with the homies.
I like your back.
Oh, please.
That's that movie. Wow, 90s. Can you tell? 90s kids, 80s, 90s kids.
thanks. I'm old.
I always forget how much older you
I
are than
know.
them.
Hey, don't be that guy.
I've
I mean, it's true.
No, I mean, Sage.
It's okay.
Oh,
I'm rocking
It's good. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's
my
good.
30s.
All right. So I'm gonna have Alistar make an attack roll, unless they have some kind of sleight of hand ability. I don't know. What do pseudo dragons get in the MM?
My MM is not near me. I would have to run and grab it. I have no idea.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. Don't run. Please don't. Please.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go grab my books and take a bio break real quick. Since my turn's over.
MNOP. Pseudo dragon.
Why the fuck don't we get to pick more skills that we're proficient in as we level
That
up?
is a good fucking question. I would like to know that
I'm
as
sorry. Wizards of the Coast. What the
Yeah,
fuck's up with
well. Why
that?
can't we level
What
up our
the fuck?
skills? I mean, technically, they
Yeah.
level up if we apply that to our ability scores. But were we wrong in 3.5? We got to like choose different skills when we level.
You could do whatever the fuck skills you wanted.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, you
You
pick.
did,
But
but the way they made it work was certain skills you were able to put points in easily because you were more aligned to them. Otherwise, you had to spend like
Extra,
double
right?
points.
I remember that.
But that was still fine. I don't know. This whole skill system is.
yeah, and like some races and classes get to pick like four, 3 skills, and I have 2 for like my entire life, and I can never expand on that.
Boo, did you pick your background skills?
Yeah, background gives you extra. If you have a background, you get
You
that
should
additional.
have a minimum of 4
Yeah.
that
What?
you're.
Ba-
What do you mean
Go
background?
to the background section
Uh-oh.
of the PhD. Did you pick like the hermit background or like I chose?
Acolyte.
You know how I always talk about being an alchemist? That's because I chose the sage
Yeah.
background.
We Nassim, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
And we'll boost you up. Okay, so
Ah,
pseudo dragon,
good
tiny
boost.
dragon.
Tiny sweet.
Still a real question though.
Yeah, totally, for sure. Melee weapon attack, it'd be a +4 to hit. Okay, or it could make a dexterity, so its dexterity is +2. Oh, its stealth is +4. That's pretty cool.
Sick. Oh,
Nice.
I'm
It's
so
gonna be-
proud of the little baby. Oh my god.
I didn't
You
know they
could-
were tiny. They're tiny.
Yeah. I knew that. They're the size. They're when you're like they're super.
I didn't
Like a
know
raven.
that.
Yeah, it's.
They're
I
like
assumed they
raven
were
size.
small, like cats.
There. Did you see the picture of it? Like stalking the mouse.
I see the. I'm holding.
Yeah,
a picture
and
of
it's got a little hooked, barbed tail like a scorpion. I think they have venom.
Yeah.
Well, I knew what they
Yeah?
looked like. I just didn't realize how small they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, they're
'Cause
like
a cat is small, but like, no,
They're
a cat is
raven-sized.
tiny. A cat is tiny.
Is it?
A cat is tiny.
I'm thinking of the
Yes.
3-5 chart. A cat is tiny. That's why I'm thinking of
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I would just.
Because a small is a hobbit or a
I
half.
still love the idea that it's like a 20-pound cat.
I think that's more appropriate. This is dumb. Yeah, it's a 20.
Especially because hers can attack. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
F
makes
you,
more sense.
wizard.
Okay, so I
It's a
get
cat.
4 + 4.
Sorry, I love you, wizards, and you're great. Thank you for putting us on podcast tonight.
Yes. So would we be able to can he be stealthy and try to do a stealthy attack? Is that like it's something?
Here, let's do that. Let's have him roll a stealth check.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Do I add my
I'm adding to our story.
what's his stealth +4?
+4.
It's gonna be an 18.
Oh shit! Yeah, totally.
Yay.
He swoops in and just out of nowhere the zombie is like, and it just kind of raises its gray muzzle to the sky as this thing, Alistar, just swoops in and takes this nasty like jelly pile in its hands. Ugh, I just imagine like holding a jellyfish would be.
I don't want to know.
It feels
like a
like
Ziploc
nothing.
bag full of
They don't
water.
feel like anything. Have you ever touched a jellyfish?
No,
I have.
Hell no. No,
They
why
feel
would I
like
ever do that?
nothing.
No,
I
I don't
have.
want to do
I've
that.
done
No,
it.
Nope. Were you
They're
that
very
kid-
peculiar.
You know, in aquariums where they had those touch tanks? Were you
I
that
love
kid who touched
those.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, yes, I touched everything.
Everything.
But jellyfish were not
No.
in there.
I
I
would
touched it on
never-
another
For
thing.
obvious health reasons.
I would never touch anything ever in those tanks. That's probably
Why?
my worst nightmare ever, touching anything like that. Ever. Just nope, no pseudopods. I don't want anything. I don't want
Girl,
anything.
you missed
I have a
Oh,
scar on my
Nope.
You
ankle
would
from,
say that.
from a sea
You would
urchin.
say that.
Ugh, no.
It hurt.
The ocean is
It
terrifying
hurt like hell.
and weird.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
ruling. Additionally, when you take the attack action, you can forego one of your own attacks to allow your familiar to make one
Yeah.
attack with its own reaction.
Right. So you gotta
Yeah.
sacrifice your standard
Yeah,
to do
because
that.
you only have one attack.
Yeah, I think I read that, but thank you for looking that up. All right, so cool. So Alistar totally does it. He grabs that jellyfish and is soaring around. Its little tentacle hairs dangling down like spaghetti as
So
Alistar is
weird.
now flying around the cavern with this happening. But so you forego your standard, and then we're gonna jump to Saye. So you are. I'm gonna say you are prone in a pile of zombos.
Fuck.
You're prone now? What the? Oh my
They
god!
kept you down.
It's gone for 5 seconds. God
It was
damn
actually 6 seconds, which is exactly around.
Touché.
But you are conscious. You can move now. You can take actions you couldn't before. But they are swarming. So imagine every zombie movie you've ever seen when they
How many?
feed on a victim.
How many are swarming?
There are 4 right now.
You should spend a key point to take the dodge action so that everything has disadvantage against you until your next turn. Like, real talk. Dodge action is so good.
How many key
Wait.
points do you have left?
I have 4 left. Wait,
Like, you need to get out of that situation.
That
Where the fuck would-
situation.
are you talking about invasion? No.
So it's one of your key point things that you can do. It might be part of Step of the Wind. But I just played a monk, I should know.
I've never played a monk. I have
Oh
no
wait,
idea
Step of the Wind. That's no, that's something else. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Patient events. You spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn.
Oh fuck. Oh wait, okay. All right, I'll do that.
And then, yeah.
So on your turn, you spend a key point, and now everybody has disadvantage to attack you? Or is that what I'm hearing?
I'm not sure what
Yeah.
dodge means, so yeah.
So creatures who are trying to attack you have disadvantage on their attack rolls against you.
Okay.
So you can
so I
do
can-
that.
Dodge, and shall I tell you where I'm headed?
And then you have a full standard action too.
Right.
Or just action, I should say. It's not
So
standard action.
basically what's happening is you're trying to run away, and you're forcing them to have disadvantage on all the attacks of opportunity they're going to get against you.
Uh-huh.
You can use the disengage action if you really just want to get away from them. and like try and roll out to like another area.
I really can't fucking afford to let them get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, you
on
got
me.
like 10 points, right?
I think
Yeah.
if you disengage, they don't get an attack of opportunity.
Exactly, unless they have a particular feat. But they're zombies.
But if I'm
so
running away, they do. I can
Not if-
disengage.
That's why you use the disengage action,
Right.
so they don't.
You use your whole action to disengage versus just running away, which would impose an attack of opportunity.
Well, okay, then what the fuck is the difference between that and dodging?
Dodge, they have disadvantage on taking attack rolls against you.
Well, then I
we're
want to.
pretty
I
much
would want.
past that point.
I would. Oh, so I can't do it.
No, you totally can, but no, you totally fucking can.
All right. Well, then I would want to do that and head towards the one that is stomping on the jellyfish.
He already got
Okay.
we already got the jellyfish out of his way.
Yeah,
So you did?
Fitzpatrick has it.
Oh,
My
okay.
pseudo dragon grabbed it.
Okay. Well, then I'll just dodge and just get out of the way.
So if you're moving, even if you take the dodge action, if you move away from them, you incur disadvantage or an attack of opportunity. But they would all get disadvantage. Otherwise, you can hang out there and just do the dodge action, right? But not run away. So next turn, when they go right after you, they will all have disadvantage, but you could hit one, is the difference.
Yeah, I would say
The
get
latter.
out of there and get into a more advantageous position.
Yeah.
And because also because when I'm in 5 feet of you, I can use my reaction to impose disadvantage on other people who are attacking you as well. So it's like your best place is next to me, because I'll attract the aggro and you just pa 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 pa.
Yeah. All right. I'll do that. I do that.
So do you want to use the disengage action?
Yes.
Or, okay.
I'm
So, yeah,
setting
the-
a key point. I'm disengaging.
Come hang out behind me. We'll be cool.
All right, so you use the disengage, so you get out of that situation. So you burn that, you're just out of it now. So you like basically throw and roll yourself backwards out of this swarm of like 4 that's on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can move.
Okay.
Where do you like to move?
I'd like to move to Kara.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go and kind of loop around like where the beholder is and turn your way. Where exactly are you going to land with Kara? She is facing off with the beholder right now, pointing towards the east on your map if you're looking towards the tunnel out.
Yeah. I'll go around towards the I guess the southern side. I'll go from the southern side behind.
Which is where the zombie with the jellyfish was standing.
Oh, I thought it was by the water. Okay, then I'll go the other way, by the water to the north.
So by the water to the north.
By the water to
Cool.
the north, going towards Kara.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
All right. So you're running around. Okay.
I have a speed of 45 feet, FYI. Yeah?
So funny.
You
No,
like
I'm
this
sorry.
video?
The necromancer just rolling checks is
Oh, okay.
hilarious. He has like a table of 3 things he can do as a jellyfish, and he keeps rolling natural 20s, and I'm just like,
Fuck
doesn't
you,
matter.
jellyfish!
I know.
Such as what can jellyfish do?
I know, I'm so curious.
What
is,
can jellyfish do? I'm tweeting.
I
that.
mean, does it
What-
get a disadvantage
Yes.
because he's not in water?
Yeah, I'm gonna have Fitzpatrick make a Constitution save. Would you roll for me?
No, not Patrick.
Gets a +1.
Ooh, tight. He got an unnatural 20.
Okay,
Right
nothing
on.
He rolled a
happened.
19.
But you get a sense of pain and discomfort from Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
So he's fine, but he's kind of pissed. You know? Ugh. Like when you get your nail shoved in something
Ooh,
or
yeah.
like a finger jammed or it's like fuck.
Oh god, like when you bend your nails
Shut up.
backwards.
Oh, I hate
Yeah,
that.
and
Shush.
you're like, or you
Fuck,
take
I
your
don't need
funny
that.
bone, you're like, that's what he's doing for you. All right, and then the zombies Okay, so you disengaged and ran away from them, Nassim. So the other two are kind of just shambling in your direction. Arnadel, you still have the 4 on you. Two of them are going to run back at you and get strikes after that last attack. All right, so you are going to take 8 damage as they go in, and 2 of them latch onto you again and just claw deeper and deeper into you.
Okay.
How are you looking, Arnadel? You've taken quite a bit of damage.
You guys have been beat up.
Do you want me to tell you my remaining HP?
You don't have to. I was just curious about your feelings.
Arnadel is apathetic.
How are you today?
Arnadel, don't give a fuck. And then Beholder is gonna shoot at Kara again.
She's been hanging out with Car for too long.
No, give no fucks. Oh, my favorite, Kara.
Shut up.
Can you make a dexterity save for me?
Hi. Oh god, I keep throwing my dice on the floor. No, come back! Fuck, where'd you go? Other die! Oh, there you are. 1 second. Oh god. There's like, look how much hair is connected to this die right now.
Ew.
So much cat hair.
Oh, no, thank you. Nope.
Oh god, I dropped it again. This is terrible, guys.
Sage.
I'm
Get your shit
trying!
together.
I'm trying, man! Alright. That is a 24.
On a dexterity save?
Yeah.
The fuck? You have a natural
Yes.
fucking 20 dex?
Yes, bitch.
The fuck? Do you? What the fuck? That's fucked
Oh no,
up.
sorry. Not 24. I was looking at the wrong stat. It's a unnatural 20.
Jesus Christ. That's still fine.
It's still fine!
Fine. Okay,
Yeah, it's cool or whatever, I
right.
guess.
here you go. I'm gonna roll a
It's
thing.
fine.
Kara, how many weapons do you have in your person that are visible and not in your bag of holding?
I don't actually have a bag of holding. I didn't choose to get one of those.
Oh.
So I am holding my battle axe. Strapped to my legs are 2 hand axes, and then I have 1 spear strapped to my back, and then I
Okay.
have my shield in my arm.
Okay. Alright, so one of the hand axes on your leg just completely disintegrates.
Meh.
Oh.
Yeah, as just bursts in this light that you seem to resist the pull of, but some items are too weak and it just disintegrates. at your
Aw.
She's a
side.
little mad. She's a little sad because they got her through that fucking labyrinth inside the
Madame Fortuna's
yes, Madame Fortuna's
caravans.
caravan. But she's like,
Yep.
as
Right,
long as I can chop you.
As this happens, and the beholder turns to make a move, and you all are feeling a little bloody, a little weird about what's happening, you hear again that kind of call, and looking over towards the water, you see 2 of the heads of those gray-headed creatures that popped up before are now back up with this radar. And there's almost a moment of quiet before you hear this like sound as the water just explodes and hits the ceiling, and this just cacophonous like geyser as it goes up, and you see this glinting kind of metal and bronze machine begin to crawl its way out. So you see it looks like a large keg barrel set onto like extendable joint legs like a crab, and these 2 giant iron pincers out in front of it.
It's the thing in the DMG, and I love this thing so much.
And it begins to crawl out onto the shore of this lake, and the
I'm
zombies
dying.
just kind of turn in confused moments in panic as they're looking around, and you all hear this sound as the lid of it just opens up, and you see this face that you recognize in familiar passing for when you are walking around the Elysium Keep. This gnomish head kind of pokes out, and you see these giant whiskers and eyebrows, extending on both sides of it in these long white kind of drooping ways, and this like fluffy frizz of hair. Oh, Maidens! I think you need to return to the submarine immediately. You see, the sisters need your help.
He was the guy at the keep.
And he looks and oh dear, and turns his pointed claws of the beast, and you see as they move and rotate, they begin to glow with these central kind of orbs, looking like they're about to blast outwards towards this beholder creature. And that's where we're gonna cut it for today.
No!
What?
Yay! We did it!
But no.
But we did. Thank you, everyone, so much. I know we had a few technical difficulties tonight, but thank you so much for listening to episode
23.
Yes.
23rd.
23rd.
The Venture Maidens podcast. I have been your dungeon master, Celeste Konowich.
I've been your zombie-ridden elven warlock, Arnadella Thill, played by Brittany.
I've been your near-death human monk, Cyanor, played by Nassim.
And I have been your 60+ damage dealing raging barbarian, Cara Brunhilde.
Oh my god, you guys. It had 5 hit points left. I just want to tell you all.
We're not done yet. We're gonna fuck this
we're
thing
done.
up.
We're done for tonight.
We're all
and
about
that's it.
vengeance. We're gonna change our names to the Vengeance Maidens.
The Vengeance Maidens.
Seriously.
That might have been
Like
that
real
might
talk.
have been cooler. I don't know. Let's vote on Twitter, everybody. We'll post that. Was the Venture Maidens a better choice? I don't know. We're so lost. But anyway, thank you everyone. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for subscribing and also leaving reviews on iTunes. If you all haven't, please, I know sometimes it's a pain in the ass to go to iTunes to leave ratings and reviews, but honestly,
especially if you're on like a mobile device, it's terrible.
But honestly, compared to how much work we put into each episode of the podcast, it's kind of, I don't know, sort of the least you can do to like just give us an iTunes rating.
No, not even that. Like what it does is, if you don't know, it helps like recommend us to other gamers, other podcast listeners. Basically, it helps spread the word.
It makes us relevant.
So
the more we get, the higher our chance of being on that like recommended section of iTunes, so that more people would be able
to make us searchable.
It gives us more exposure. And if you want,
it really does.
Consider donating to our Patreon. That is our thing that we would really love you guys to do.
And we give you rewards. It's like, everybody spends so much bullshit money on everything. I know you guys spend money on Netflix. Why can't you spend monies on the voice in your ears every day when you drive to work? I know I listen to a bunch of podcasts, and I honestly, I can't donate. I'm so poor for paying for the Venture Maidens that I can't donate anymore.
I'm
but
broke. I pay $1.
Make a point.
I pay $1 to subscriptions. $1 is all it takes.
Definitely some people.
Yeah, $1.
There's some people that I donate money
Yeah.
to because they do such good work.
I'm broke and I still donate.
This year when I started donating or started, doing this podcast thing, I had to pull a bunch of donations just because it costs so much to run a podcast. I don't think people realize how much it does. But anyway, that's enough of our sub story.
Another huge thank you to Exploding Dice for the incredible shout out that we got throughout our game.
Exploding Dice, Nerd Immersion, thank you. Y'all are tops. Thank you, Angelina, for being here. Ian,
to all of the wonderful people who are chatting with me.
So before you leave us, check us out at Venture Maidens on Twitter, at Venture Maidens, and our Patreon patreon.com/venturemaidens. Patreon.com/venturemaidens. Real easy to find. Go to it. Check it out. Get some free stuff. Anyway, and until then, you know what? You know what, guys? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Venture away!
We did it all at the same time. Okay. We can coconut, but that was great. Or pineapple.
No, it's pineapple.
Dude, I don't even know. I'm just Mimosa Town.